Massey.
Hi, Coach Kuloy.
Nice to be here with you in Oregon today.
Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, how's the team doing?
Doing pretty good. Beginning of the year, we've had some struggles, but we're starting to finish those top 5 positions on both men and women's side. So we're starting to become a top-ranked team again, like we always have been.
Yeah, where all have you traveled so far, and where are you going?
Well, we have had a couple races here. We've gone down to California, Arizona. We're going out to Florida for spring break and heading back here after that. So making rounds.
Very nice, very nice. That's exciting. I bet you guys are excited to get your mileage back up.
Oh yeah. It's getting in that nice weather too, so everybody's enjoying it.
Oh good, yeah. So today I brought with me the Garmin Forerunner 230. You can hold it. It's going to be in comparison to the Apple Watch, the Nike Plus Apple Watch running watch, and the TomTom Runner. And so, how are you planning on paying for these watches?
We have already been approved by the athletic department to get these watches because we've made it a point to them that this is something we're going to need to move forward with as a team more than just an individual purchase.
And are you going to be making those purchases on your own, or does it have to go through anyone else?
They have to approve it, but they've given me full authority and right to just pick whatever I want to go with and how much I need.
Well, awesome. So just so you are clear, just right off the bat, the price of this watch is going to be $250 per watch plus shipping and handling. But all Garmin's come with a warranty that's guarantees that it's free of defects for the first year. So if anything were to happen, you can replace them, no problems, no questions asked. And as you can see, the Apple Nike watch is priced at $370 per watch plus shipping and handling, and the TomTom Runner is $130. So it's a little bit cheaper, but it definitely doesn't have the qualities of the Garmin. So, what have you heard about the Garmin watches so far?
Well, from those, the few runners that have them, they absolutely love them. So that's been something, and also the other teams we race against, most of their teams have a whole team full of them, so we've heard nothing but great reviews, so that's why I've kind of wanted to meet with you and go through with this.
What kind of watches are your athletes currently using?
They're using a wide range of all of them, and then from, like you said, the Apple, a couple of them have the Apple, some of them have the TomTom, some of them have some off-brand ones, but it's more of the just whatever they could get their hands on, what they could buy personally.
So no uniformity?
Not at all.
Okay, good to know. And what features are most important to you in a running watch?
Well, we want to have dependability with the mileage because that's what we're seeing is different between the brands. This one's coming up at 10 miles, the other one's 10 and a half, some are 9, and it's just all over the board. So
right, that's definitely not something you want to be dealing with. So how often do you buy watches for your athletes?
Haven't. So.
Okay, awesome, good to know. So with that, I'm going to go over some of the features and benefits that this Garmin watch has in comparison to others. And so the first thing is that this has a completely rechargeable battery. And so it can be plugged in anywhere on the go. I know you guys are traveling all the time, so you won't have to worry about watches dying on the road or them having an accurate, if them dying on a run even, which I know that some of the lower quality watches have that problem. These can last up to 16 hours of stored data, and they last that long without charging as well.
Wow.
So it's going to be really good. The other thing is that it has, it's GPS enabled, and it has 2 GPS systems that link to one watch. And so this is really unique to our watch because both the satellites create a really accurate run. And so it can be used on trail systems that are pretty remote just because it connects to 2 satellites. It can be used just around town. It can be used on the track for workouts as well.
Gotcha.
So that's really exciting. Based on what we've heard so far, do you have any questions about these features?
No, I think those are great, especially with Oregon kind of having a lot of back roads and back trails. That's huge for us, so we don't have to guess for
Yeah,
mileage.
for sure. The other thing that's really cool about this watch is that it tracks personal records for you. And so I know that a lot of runners like to break those workouts and those miles and those fast workouts, and so they can keep track of that. It's just kind of fun for them to compare themselves to their teammates and see how they're all doing together. It will also tell you your fastest 5K, your fastest mile, and your fastest 10K.
Wow.
And then the further miles that you run, the more personal records it tracks. So like if you had never run a half marathon before, it would track that once you complete it. And then the other thing is that it's waterproof up to 10 feet. So anytime that there's rain or anything, this watch can handle it. So like, as you can see there, it is not fazed by this water dripping on it. This allows the athletes to do their workouts in all types of weather. It will work the pool even if they're doing aqua jogging for injuries, which is really nice. And next, it has a step counter. As you can see, this is as many steps as I've walked today. And then it keeps track, it updates automatically with your activity level. So if you're walking 12,000 steps on average, it will average as 12,000 instead of if someone is inactive and they're walking 1,000 steps. So it keeps up with you personally and is really unique to each person. And the last thing is that it's super lightweight. It will not weigh on the runners when they're running. I know some watches weigh like 5 pounds, and when you're on that 12th mile, it's just weighing on your wrist so much. So go ahead and try it on, and you can feel for yourself how lightweight it is.
So do these have preloaded workouts? Can you put that on there?
Yeah, so the Garmin watch is completely compatible with an online program called the Garmin Connect, which is actually an app that you can get on your computer and your phone, and it comes complimentary with the purchase of the watch. And with that, as a coach, you can upload all of the athletes' workouts prior to that week so they can know what to expect from practices. And I know that college athletes are running up to 10 times a week, and it can be really stressful for them not to know what they have to do or to make sure, not know if their mileage is correct. And so that's something that this watch can be really useful for. And you can actually, when you go to run on the watch, you can choose your workout. So as you can see here, we're clicking on run, and then there's the preloaded workout right there.
Wow.
So they already know, and it tracks their times and everything, and that's something that you can look at that data as a coach as well, which can be really useful to the success of the team. So far, how are you feeling about this watch?
Exceeding my expectations for sure.
Yeah, so the other thing that I'd like to talk about with you today is the fact that this watch is just so reliable. I have personally had this watch for probably 6 months, and I haven't had any errors with it at all, and I just know that this can last multiple seasons for your runners. I know that you have said that reliability is something that's important because the different miles that are coming in at the end of the week, well, that is 100% something that you will not have to worry about with this watch. And with the rechargeable battery, it really does last a long time.
Of course.
So how are you feeling so far? Is there anything that you're worried about?
No, this is something that's really going to help us out, really, for the long run.
Yeah, well, I think that with the University of Oregon being as well known in the running community as you are, it's really important that you guys have a watch that meets that pride that you guys have in your team and in your athletes. And I think that the Garmin, with that name being so well known in the community, can also really tie back to your team and helping that.
Right.
So from what you've heard so far, is there anything that you're unsure about?
Yeah, the price, I mean, obviously, like you pointed out, is in the middle, but I mean, it's still a little high because of how many athletes we have and what they gave us for the stipend for this, so kind of seen about that.
So the one thing I can guarantee with the Garmin watch is that it is 100% worth the price. So this watch, like I mentioned, has features that you don't see in low quality watches. I know the TomTom Runner only has one GPS, and it's just not going to be as accurate. And the Garmin watch with the dual GPS system, and it's also compatible with extra accessories. So you can buy heart rate monitors for your athletes as well that are compatible with this. If they have one that they like to use, they all can be linked up to this. Works with so many other programs, and the Garmin Connect program is completely unique to Garmin watches. And so you're getting all the features of a high quality watch in a mid quality price. So that's something that's going to be really useful for your team.
So the accuracy is, I mean, that's something I'm also a little, so it is going to work in like remote areas, we'll say?
Absolutely. So like I mentioned before, the 2 satellites are really just, obviously 2 is better than 1. And so it really does make every run down to the half mile completely accurate, down to the quarter mile even.
Gotcha.
So, and that's something that you can look at. The other thing that's really unique is that this watch, if you get lost on a trail, can tell you where to go if you get lost. So it tracks your steps and it tracks your maps. And then I know some of these trails are windy and runners go off on their own, but they can follow their steps back to where they come from. So. Yeah. So how are you feeling about the watch?
It seems like something we'd like to go with, but now with the price, and I'd like to kind of go back and talk to my AD and see what my athletes are thinking, because it's obviously my choice, but also they're the ones using it. So
right. Well,
I'd like to check with them.
Right. I can bring in some samples, and the runners can actually take them for a run today at practice if you wanted. And I know that you might need some time to think about it, but I really do think that the sooner that we order these watches, the sooner that your athletes can start using them,
Right.
and that's going to be a great benefit. And ordering today, I can give you 10% discount on all of them since you're ordering in bulk. But if you would like your runners to try them out, that's totally understandable. I can bring them today.
Yeah, well, let's do that, and let's look into that and kind of talk about that after they try them out and see what they think.
Great. Well, if you're still interested, I can give you this order form right here, and you can bring it to your athletes and see. The other thing that we can do for you is we can get it customized in University of Oregon colors, the watch bands, and make them super unique to your team. So
Gotcha.
yeah, so I would love to move forward with this with you, and I'm really hoping that I really think that Garmin's going to be a great fit.
Yeah, I think they will too. We'll look into it. Thanks.
Awesome. You're welcome.